Hi guys, it's Leena. Welcome back to my channel. So I thought today I'd do a garden tour for you guys. Before filming this, I went on like a crusade through my entire house in order to find AAA batteries for my voice recorder. It's a beautiful sunny day outside, and I thought why not give you guys a garden tour because I worked on it pretty hard. I wish I could have filmed the entire process of actually prepping the entire garden bed that we have, but it was just a lot of work condensed into one day. And even though we started at around 3 p.m., we were working outside until like 10, and it had gotten dark out and it was just really dirty and messy, and it would be kind of hard to film during that process. And I have a bad habit where I'm like, I want to get everything done in one shot in one day. And obviously that's not how life works, but try to teach me that lesson. The day of prep, I was like, I want to cut the grass, I want to trim everything and prepare the wall and get everything in. And yeah, we were able to do that, but then I couldn't get up for 2 days because I was just so exhausted. And did I learn my lesson? Not at all, 0%. But yeah, basically everything's prepped and it's gone into the ground now. All our tomatoes and stuff like that. A lot of hard work went into this. I do it every year, but it's nice to just, I guess, have a document of it. I live in southern Ontario, so we get like 4 months of good weather here. And the rest is all like a frozen wasteland, basically. So these 4 months are really special to fix up your garden and basically just have a lively garden. Okay, come on. So first off, in the far left corner, we have a bunch of mint. Pretty much every Indian family has mint growing in their backyard. You don't have to care for it much. It kind of just grows by itself. And just a bit of cilantro wedged in that corner over there. Don't have high hopes for it, but hopefully we get something from it. And if you move over here, we just have our cherry tomatoes. These are the Tiny Tim variety of hybrid cherry tomatoes. They're dwarf plants, so they're really good for saving space. And I've been growing these for about 3 years now. And yeah, I have a lot of plants, maybe around 30. And you can see it's mid-June and we're already getting a bunch of flowers on our plants because I made sure to start the seeds on time this year. I started them all on, I'd say, about March 10th. And yeah, we're getting flowers already. So this is a staple because it's space saving and they're just very nice plants to grow. And if you move along here, we just have English cucumbers. Not much success. It looks like they're growing now. And then accordingly, we'll obviously put in supports and stuff for that. Tomatoes, we had so many plants this year. They're kind of just scattered all over the place. More Tiny Tims along here. This is just like coral drift rose or something. Hopefully we get some this year. And here are our lilies. I'm so excited for these. These are just the regular stargazer variety. And we bought these last year. And the bulbs were able to produce plants this year. They have a lot of buds and everything, so I'm looking forward to those. They smell amazing. And this is the first time that I tried growing double lilies. This is the Magic Star variety. They're supposed to smell amazing and they look really cool too. I also have some hyacinth bulbs in the ground. They're done for the season, so then it's raining, bro. Yeah, it's still drizzling. I don't know what to do. Over here is my prized possession, my David Austin rose, my first David Austin rose. This is the Generous Gardener. I had waited 2 years to finally get my hands on this. This is year 2, so I planted these last year. This year is looking pretty promising. We have a lot of buds and stuff. The smell is amazing. It's just like a British rose smell. Super strong. It's supposed to perform very well too and give you lots of flowers. Last year was the first year that we planted them, and we had barely gotten one flower. I think it takes a year to establish anyways, and I wasn't ready to spend another $36 on another David Austin rose plant this year. Yeah, I guess the patience paid off because it looks like we're gonna get a lot of flowers this year, which is good. And beside that, we have more tomato plants. This is also the grape tomato variety. I just gave them new supports yesterday, like longer ones. They should be getting flowers soon too as well. I started these seeds a little bit later, like 2 weeks later than the Tiny Tim tomatoes. They're still doing okay though. Over here we have Gold Star climbing rose variety. It's a hybrid rose. These also smell super amazing, and this year it's also looking good. Looks like we're gonna get a lot of flowers. Some more tomatoes just sitting around in the middle. This one, I believe, raspberries or blackberries. It's looking pretty good. I don't know how many we'll get. I mean, it does look like we're already getting some berries, which is good. And on the far right corner, we have all of our grape tomatoes. So it's cherry on one end and grape on the other. These ones have extra long supports. I just put the longer ones in yesterday. They're looking really healthy, really full. We were really skeptical because when I started the seeds, they got a bit overcrowded, and we put the plants into the ground. They were looking really dull. We didn't know if we were gonna get healthy plants this year, but it looks like we are, because these are growing really rapidly now. I honestly didn't think that these would do well, but we got some good supports in there. And my dad loves grape tomatoes as opposed to cherry tomatoes, so I was like, I have to grow these this year for sure. There's some flowers and stuff coming in at the top, which is nice. And I should have spaced them out a bit more, but they're doing okay. They're fine. They're not too close together. And yeah, I cannot wait for these. And that's just like some sort of a flower bush. I'm not sure what that is. That's my mom's department. And yeah, that's just a final look at our wall of fame. I always see this from our window upstairs, and it just looks so full and nice. And the season has barely started yet too, so I'm just super excited for how it's gonna be. I'll definitely keep filming quick updates and posting that, because I would also like to have a memory this year finally, you know, of all my plants and stuff. Now I'm gonna show you the front yard super quick. We got hydrangeas, 2 varieties, a white one and a pink one. They still gotta come in. Lilac season is already done. It lasts a week. That's the thing about flowers. It's nice. One season ends and the other flower season starts. And this is our rose bush. This is the Party Hardy hybrid tea rose variety. They produce in clusters. This is 8 feet tall. We can only find 6 feet support. Yeah, these smell super nice. They're really pretty pink flowers. They're just starting off at the moment as well. Once it hits around July, there is an endless number of buds. The buds are going to keep coming in, producing all season. Really beautiful flowers. We had to reinforce it yesterday by putting in a double stick and wiring them together. This isn't even a climber rose. That's the thing. You Google it, it's supposed to grow 4 feet. It's double that. It's 8 feet. So I don't even know how we're going to manage it. It's too big to physically transplant and put somewhere else, but this needs to be against a tall wall or something, because I don't understand how, and this is going to keep growing every single year. This is our lilac bush. It's the first year that it actually produced flowers. We've had it for 3 years now. I'll insert a picture because lilac season is done. Lasts a week. Super fragrant flowers. I was so happy. But here's my mistake of this year. We got another lilac plant because we had no hopes for the one we planted 3 years ago, which never gave us any flowers. And this is the Sensation variety, purple flowers with a white outlining. And this is the first year as well. I doubt we'll get any flowers. This is gonna take another 3 years to produce. But if I had known that this one would give us such beautiful flowers this year, I would not have bought this one and spend the money, because they are a bit crammed here, but they got their space. It might just take a couple years for it to establish, but apart from that, yeah. Hostas and stuff, it's all mom's department. And we got a dahlia plant over here. I don't know when we're gonna get flowers out of those. This I grew from bulbs. All the lilies and the dahlia, I started all of them from bulbs. Super nice to see them producing flower. And yeah, just more of a rose bush that's just spreading. I don't know how we're gonna contain it. Here, take a smell it. Oh yeah, it's such a sweet fragrance. This is so nice. They're amazing flowers. I should try making rose jam or something. That would be cool to try out, because we got just an endless number of roses here. We got 2 drift rose varieties over here. One is the sweet drift. I don't know if we're gonna get much flowers this year. They're super fragrant and nice flowers. We got a cedar tree, I think, that's it just keeps going. The cedar tree is extremely dominating, and it kind of just doesn't let anything grow, or it takes some time for stuff to establish. We had some lily bulbs over here, and they just don't show up the next year because of the roots that are just so strong. I initially had some lilies over here, but I just moved them all to the back because they weren't growing over here because the cedar roots are so dominating. I swear, it's like the ground literally just spits the bulbs back up. It's like, nah, I don't want you here. So I just moved them over there. I'm like, okay, grow in the back. Also, the rabbits and stuff really like lilies for some reason, and they're always chewing them up. We had the really long, tall, healthy lily plant, and that was just chewed up, so I was really mad. But apart from that, yeah, that's our front yard. Also, no one talks about how nice petunias actually smell. They're super sweet and spicy. So good. Such a nice summery smell. And super quick, these are just some mock orange flowers that I've been picking from years. I think this is the snowflake variety mock orange. I'll put the name on the screen, the full name. These smell amazing. I would say kind of similar to jasmine. I've been trying to root them from the stems for about 3 years now, been unsuccessful each time. I even bought the rooting hormone and I've tried doing that, watched a bunch of tutorials, just haven't been able to. But every year I look forward to picking these and bringing them home because they smell so good. And yeah, these only produce like in mid-June for like a couple weeks and that's it. And then we move on to lilies after that. But I wish you could smell these through the screen. And it's hard to find the plants anywhere too if you were to buy it. I tried checking on Facebook Marketplace, but it didn't work out. I couldn't get a hold of them. I'll try rooting them again this year. There's no harm in it. I think June and I think mock oranges. I love it. There's a rabbit that always visits our yard. I've conditioned them somehow to not be scared of me, which is surprising. I hurl the door open and shut and it's not scared. And it comes for like fruit and stuff every single day. So that's pretty nice. He hasn't showed up yet, but the rabbits aren't scared of me anymore, which is good. I did not know that could happen with wild rabbits, but yeah. And yeah, that's about it in terms of my garden tour. I'll post updates throughout the season. When we start getting actual tomatoes and flowers and stuff, it'll be really nice.